What's good, Greatness Gang? Welcome back to another comedy reaction. Yes, today we're going to be reacting to some comedic clips from the great one and only Mr. Bill Burr. I'm a little familiar with Bill Burr's type of content, so I know he's a edgy comedian. He rattles people's seats, ruffles some feathers, gets people nice and uncomfortable, but I know he's very hilarious. So I came across two clips that I've never seen before when I put up the poll last week of what comedians should I react to or would give me the best laugh. A lot of you all recommended Bill Burr, so we're going to be reacting to a clip of him talking about women's sports. This video is titled Women's Sports, What Men Think But Can't Say. And I also came across an interview clip from him with Conan O'Brien. Bill Burr thinks women are overrated. So that sounds very interesting and very, very exciting to react to. So I wanted to react to it with you all. So let's get into the video.
I saw a woman a couple months back, professional soccer player, right? She goes on to ESPN or one of these sports channels, and she starts bitching, going like, I don't understand, how come female athletes don't make as much as male professional athletes? And all of these men had to sit there and act like they didn't know what the answer was. They had to sit there like dumbfounded, like, oh, I don't know. Why is that? Literally, I'm sitting at home screaming at the TV because you don't sell any fucking tickets! Nobody is going to women's soccer games! You're playing in a 20,000 seat arena. 1,500 people show up. That's not a good night. The promoter lost his fucking ass on that gig. I'm not saying no professional female athletes, Serena Williams, the women in the UFC, you know, but nobody's watching your fucking sport. And then you're gonna come and you're gonna get mad at fucking men. They keep doing that shit. Why are you yelling at us? It's not our fucking job. It's not my fucking job to give a fuck about women's soccer, okay? I have men's sport to pay attention to. It's your bullshit, right? Dude, look at the WNBA. Nobody in the WNBA got COVID.
Hey, come on.
Nobody. They have been playing in front of 300 to 400 people a night for a quarter of a century. Not to mention, it's a male-subsidized league. We gave you a fucking league. None of you showed up. Where are all the feminists? None of you went to the fucking games.
I hear a lot of women complain about the WNBA versus NBA pay rate as well, but they don't never talk about in casual conversation, hey, I went to this WNBA game last night. And I always wonder why as well.
None of you, you failed them. Not me, not men. Women failed the WNBA. Ladies, name your top 5 all-time WNBA players of all time. Come on.
That's a good way to put people on the spot.
That's it. Name 5 WNBA teams. Name the WNBA team in your fucking city. You can't do it. You don't give a fuck about them. They play night in and night out in front of nobody. It's a fucking tragedy, right? And then meanwhile, you look at the Kardashians, they're making billions. You look at those Real Housewives shows, they're making money hand over fist, because that's what women are watching. And the money listens. You don't want to watch this shit, you watch this shit. They just shoot it over there, drowning these whores in money. In purses, in shoes, in Botox. It's just raining. It's raining money. Yeah, so, the money listens. You'd rather watch that shit. Real Housewives, bunch of women just tearing each other down. Well, maybe that's why your husband left you. Maybe that's why your husband left. That's why you can't have kids, bitch. That's why your ass is as flat as your titties, bitch, right?
Oh, man.
That's the message you sent. We would rather watch that than see a bunch of women come together as a team and try to achieve a common goal. We would rather watch them absolutely fucking destroy each other. Yeah. No. And then in the end, you come back and you fucking yell at guys. And it's like, all right, so let me get this straight. I have to buy you a drink, stop the axe murderer from coming through the fucking window, and I have to watch WNBA games for you? Like, when are you gonna pick up your end of the couch? Yeah. I don't have any sympathy for women when it comes to shit like that, because every study they've ever done to determine who's smarter, men or women, every study comes back and says women are smarter. Every fucking one. Ladies, you shouldn't be applauding that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be applauding that, especially while Bill Burr is talking, because you know he's about to drop a bomb on you right after he says that.
You know I'm an asshole.
My point exactly.
You know this isn't gonna end well.
My point exactly.
Did he say I'm pretty? Oh my God! Get out of the relationship! If every study says that you're smarter, okay? The question you should be asking yourself was, we're so goddamn smart, how are we in the situation we're in? Well, you're in the situation you're in not because of guys like me, as much as you want to blame me. You know, ladies, you can't tell me you never drove by a sports bar on a football Sunday and looked at the humanity in there? All those dumb guys with their big beer bellies bumping shit. Hey, he's on my fantasy team! Up top, man! You want to get some more mozzarella sticks? As a woman with your bigger brain, you never looked in there and thought to yourself, I'm fucking losing to that? I'm losing to that. Yeah, there's nothing stopping you other than the fact that you guys are just into destroying each other. No, now it's gonna get quiet. I see all that sneaky shit you do. Ladies, if you could just support the WNBA the way you support a fat chick that's proud of her body and is no longer a threat to you, you know? That league would be doing better numbers than the NBA.
Oh, man. That was a hilarious bit from him. Let's go to the interview with Conan. Bill Burr thinks women are overrated.
Your show, F is for Family, I relate to it because it's about parenting in the 70s, and that's, you know, that was when I was parented like you. What do you think of parents now? How do you compare them to parents in the 70s?
Oh, it's just completely, the kids have so much power. It's like ridiculous. Like half of these kids, I'm like, I look and I just have what happened to me. And I'm like looking at a kid and be like, this kid's about ready to get punted across the grocery store. And it just never happens.
Right.
They just don't get hit. And I think it's hurting this country.
You're mad. Wait a minute. No, like, let's get this. You're mad that children are not being hit.
This should be the threat of it. Half of it was just that, look, it was just your dad was acting like he was going to do it. He never did it, but your mother did. And because she was a woman, it was like, okay. Because it was like, hey, you let a girl beat you up, you kind of felt emasculated.
Yeah.
We had a rule, like, a lot of the stuff that I look at from when I was a kid that actually kind of made sense in a way would now be considered like abuse, I guess. Like when I was a kid, if you didn't finish your supper, as we called it.
Supper, yeah.
Yeah, my mother was just like, well, you're gonna finish, she would just wrap it in cellophane and you just picked up where you left off for breakfast, like a blue collar job.
Yeah, I've experienced that before, and no other people have experienced that before. A lot of parents back in the day have you're not gonna waste his food mentality. They were gonna make you eat it the next day.
Take the shovel out of the hole and just start digging it again. So, yeah, I remember one night we had cube steaks, which is like one of the toughest pieces of meat. I don't know if you guys, everything's so like Asian-infused Wagyu beef. Everybody's eating that crap now. But cube steak was like, literally had to hit it with a hammer to make it, like, edible. And so we were having cube steaks. And I forget, my little brother was still in a high chair, and he couldn't finish his. So my mother goes, all right, well, you're just going to have to eat it for breakfast. And that was like 8 hours away, which was like half his life. So he was like, all right, I'll take that deal. So the next morning, I remember we were having waffles. My mother always made Sunday breakfast. So we had all these waffles, eggs, bacon, this whole layout. My brother was looking at half-eaten cube steaks and a little mound of green bean casserole. And he goes, so he looked at my mom. He goes, Mom, can I have a waffle? And she goes, no, you got to finish your supper. He's like, well, after I finish my supper, then can I have a waffle? She goes, no, that is your breakfast. And he goes, oh, Mom, I hate you. And my dad, without looking up, took a full glass of milk and threw it in his face. Swear to God. This is what kills me. What kills me.
You want everyone today to have as miserable a childhood as you had.
No, but it was kind of funny. We know what's hilarious was my mother just popped up and just immediately started cleaning up, and my dad just kept eating. Like, he didn't, like, no, like, the roles were defined back then. Now, the guy has to throw the milk, he has to clean it up while telling his wife she's brave for just sitting there. Like, whatever that is. Can you hear it? Oh, I know. Women are so overrated, right? We went from... We went from...
Conan, like, wait a minute, don't say this on my show. You better tread lightly.
Not listening to them to now it's just you know, it's ridiculous. Like that believe women. It's like all of them. How about 85%? I'll give you 87%, all right? But that last 13% that keys your car, lights your shit on fire, and puts a family pet in a pot of stew.
Who put a pet in a pot of stew?
Wasn't on that movie, the Fatal Attraction? Didn't she put like a rabbit in a pot or something?
Glenn Close.
Oh, that
Close, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. I think it was a separately boiled.
You know what I miss? Yeah, tougher parenting and evidence. Those are the things that I miss from my childhood.
Evidence. Definitely.
Yeah.
You mean
due
people...
process?
Right.
Somebody says something happened, and then someone else goes, well, I said it happened this way, like the old gumshoe shows. Then they had to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't exist now on social media. It's just like, it's just frontier justice.
Right.
You feel how nervous everybody just got in here? The fact that I just suggested that there should be due process? This guy's talking crazy, man. Did he just join ISIS? This is what it is.
No, what I'm saying.
And then the woos that they agreed, but they didn't agree when it counted.
We'll digitally add woos, don't worry. We have the woo machine. You are way too angry. 50 is still relatively young. You have the anger of a 110-year-old man. Holy!
That's the one thing I do like about Bill Burr's comedy and the character that he plays on stage, that the fake outrage, anger persona, yet still make you able to enjoy and want to hear what he's saying. Like, I like that type of energy that he brings with his comedy.
These telephones!
I can't argue.
On another side note, I used to always watch Conan O'Brien when I was very young. And the funny thing about Conan O'Brien, when I very first saw him stand up, I did not know he was that tall. So that was my Bill Burr reaction. I'm going to be doing more from him. Let me know what I should react to next from him, or let me know what other comedians that you think I will enjoy, no matter from what era. Give me recommendations, Greatness Gang. I thank you for supporting the video. Thank you for continuing to support the channel in general. Thank you for all the likes, the love, the comments. I see it all. If you want to sign up for the Patreon, the link is in the description. Love you guys.